Good afternoon and welcome to the Collegewise Virtual College Fair. We're glad you joined us today and we're excited for you to hear from our colleges that are presenting. Tonight's format is a 6x6, which means that each one of our 6 schools will have 6 minutes to present. If you have questions for our presenters, please use the Q&A function found at the bottom of your screen. You may type those questions to the presenters at any time. Please know too, this is a webinar, so as an attendee, your camera and your microphone are off. Our panelists cannot see you or hear you. This is the first of 3 sessions tonight, so certainly if you've got time to learn about more colleges, please sign up for additional sessions this evening. And if you missed a session either yesterday or today, or just want to go back and review this one, recordings of each session will be available, and that would be for you to watch at your own leisure. So now that we've got the ground rules out of the way, I would like to introduce our first presenter from Case Western University.
All right, thanks so much. My name is Rod, and I am one of the admission counselors at Case Western Reserve University. For what it's worth, I'm also an alum of the university, and I'm thrilled to be here today to share a little bit about Case Western and what it does have to offer. And just give me a second while I hijack the screen to share the few slides that I do have today. Sort of a brief introduction on Case Western Reserve University. This is a random picture taken on our campus in the humanities squad. If you've ever been to campus, this probably looks familiar, or if you've never been, we hope to be able to welcome visitors to campus in the near future, see if you could find this. But we are a mid-sized research university in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio. We have about 5,200 undergrad students, and that number roughly translates to about an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio. So one of the immediate advantages you get to being a student at the university is the intimate relationships you get to develop with faculty at the university. They're very approachable, accessible, and I also think a proximity to opportunities, certainly in the city of Cleveland, is another advantage because we're just 10 minutes away from the heart of downtown Cleveland. So our students love to jump into the city and take advantage of everything it has to offer. And Cleveland is really known for innovation, medicine, food. If you're a foodie, you want to talk about some of the options available there, please feel free to drop those questions. I'll be more than happy to talk about all of those opportunities on offer in the city of Cleveland. And our mantra as an institution is think beyond the possible. We really are a place that challenges students to go that one step beyond where they think they might end up when they arrive at the university. And we help our students meet and exceed their goals, aspirations through a variety of ways. I think one of those, and certainly where it all begins, is in the realm of academics, where we give our students broad access to the curriculum at the university through a single door admission policy. When you apply to the university, we're not admitting you as an engineering student, we're not admitting you as a nursing student, we're not admitting you into any particular major school, college within the university. We simply admit you as a student, and you can go ahead and study whatever you want to that we have to offer. And so our students really love exploring different academic interests and combining them. And this is one of the ways that they go that step beyond, because we think nowadays it's at the intersection of academic disciplines that you tend to find new knowledge. But it's not just about broad access to the curriculum. I think that is really complemented by research opportunities, cutting edge research opportunities that you find at the university. And I think the curiosities or different interests that our students are able to connect also reflect in terms of the research that they're doing at the university. And every single faculty on our campus conducts research. You can start being involved as early as your very first semester at the university. We actually have a source office that is fully dedicated to supporting undergrad student research endeavors, as well as funding such endeavors. But we also have the Baker North Center for the Humanities doing so for students that are interested in the humanities. We have students doing field work in Ethiopia. students doing field work in anthropology at the Museum of Natural History that's right on our campus. And we have Chris Carr on this slide that actually discovered a galaxy during his junior year at the university and then got to interview Neil deGrasse Tyson on his radio show on campus. So our students love to learn by doing, and we're all about connecting students to resources and opportunities. And I think all institutions really in the United States offer students opportunities, whether it's to be involved in research or taking advantage of other aspects of experiential learning. But from a philosophical standpoint, the difference between us and any other institutions is not if you'll be involved, it's what you'll be involved in, what will you do. So from that point, speaking of the sort of resources that we have to offer students, I actually think my personal favorite here is the Sears Think Box, which is at 50,000 square feet, is the largest open access makerspace on any university campus in the world, as far as we know at this point in time. And it is open to absolutely every student, every community member at Case Western Reserve University. It's just space where students can go test their ideas, they can prototype, they can build ideas from the ground up, and even start a company. We provide all the resources to be able to do so. And Badar Kayani, you see here, is from Pakistan. He's a current senior at the university. This summer, he went in and made that device you see there called SUDS that decontaminates N95 masks in about 1 minute. The currently available commercial solutions to do so take about an hour. So that's been really important for healthcare professionals at the front lines of the COVID pandemic, and showcases our philosophy on pushing our students a step beyond. And when he graduates, he plans to return home to Pakistan and open up a space like the Think Box on campus to provide opportunities to his community that he took advantage of at the university. And I think one of the biggest advantages to being a student, I mentioned before, was a proximity to opportunities within the city of Cleveland, where we're actually located in University Circle. That is both the medical and cultural center of Cleveland. So experiential learning is a big part of the culture at the university, apart from research. But not just experiential learning. I think, it's important, this culture, but it really feeds into the sort of outcomes that you see for our students. And this is the data 6 months post-graduation. And so if there are just 3 things you remember today about the university, I think it's interdisciplinary learning. I think an emphasis on research and world-class resources available, as well as an emphasis on experiential learning. And I'll turn it over to my next colleague. If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, our representative from the University of Toledo was unable to join us today, so our next presenter is from Kenyon College.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna hop over and share my screen. Actually, my brother went to Kenyon, fun fact, and to Case, and so it is a fun place. And so actually, I am going to take everybody a little bit about 2 hours southwest of Cleveland to rural Ohio, here in Gambier. And so Kenyon is located in Gambier, so not too far away from Cleveland, and also then has this beautiful rural central Ohio feel to it. And this is the shot of our main part of campus with our academic buildings as well. And so just to start, where we are is, again, as I said, in the village of Gambier with about 1,700 students, getting close to there. And then we're also 100% residential. And so that allows students to be on campus all 4 years, being able to take part well in both extracurricular and academic opportunities as well. And so as you see some of these students walking on this dirt path is called Middle Path. And Middle Path goes straight through the heart of campus. We like to say that it's the central artery of campus and goes from the south side to the north side. So if you're a little bit confused on north, south, east to west, you can always figure out by looking at Middle Path. And so as you see here, this is a shot taken in the early summer. As you see, students are hanging out on Middle Path, and very much that social space for students to use as a physical representation, really, as students coming from all different backgrounds, all different countries, all different states, all sharing one space, being able to navigate campus from it. And so that also then shows you, again, the kind of tight-knit community that is created at Kenyon. And so when you look inside the classroom, we like to say 15 is the magic number. 15 is your average class size, and that goes anywhere from the natural sciences, social sciences, arts, and humanities. A lot of intro level courses will be a little bit larger, and then those intermediate advanced level courses will be a little bit smaller. But again, it allows for that roundtable discussion for students to really dive down into challenging topics, being able to talk with their professors and really feeling like a colleague with their professors and also with their peers as well, creating not only that great challenging academic, rigorous kind of environment, but also creating relationships as well with their professors and with their peers. It allows them to have that fluidity, being able to discuss material and really just get down into nitty gritty things that really is learning at the end of the day. And so this kind of gives you a little bit of a picture of some of the things that we offer on campus. It goes anywhere from philosophy, physics, math, economics, and some of our pre-professional programming like business. And so it allows students to really dive down deep, very interdisciplinary way in which to tackle some of these topics, and then also finding new ones that they also enjoy as well. Because things are very interdisciplinary, we have about 20% of our students who will double major at some point during their 4 years at Kenyon. So again, that shows you just a little bit of the opportunity that students have when it comes to what they can do and what they can discover in the classroom as well. And so a lot of times I get a lot of students who say, oh my gosh, like that's so overwhelming. Like how do I know what courses to take? How do I know I'm on track to graduate? How do I know how to connect with the career development office? And so we've already gone ahead and made sure that students feel well supported and well encouraged on campus when they step foot on campus. And so all students are given an academic advisor who will walk with them through those 4 years, giving that academic support, allowing them to have someone to talk to be able to talk a little bit about their scheduling, and then also just different other pieces when it comes to the academic side as well. And then also too, when it comes to having a little bit more of that support personally and emotionally too. We have our professors who are so deeply invested in our students. And a collegiate historian actually came to campus once and confirmed that Kenyon is the creation and the birthplace of the college mentoring relationships. And so those mentorship relationships are definitely embedded within the culture and then also in the experience that each student will have at Kenyon. And so it's definitely being able to take it far beyond that academic support and really at the end of the day, having a lifelong friend with a professor and with an academic advisor. And so oftentimes I also get a question of, as a small liberal arts college, what are the kind of opportunities for students to have when it comes to internships and externships? And so something that I like to point out is the summer scholars program. On a normal summer, we typically would have about 75 students come on campus and research in any of the 4 academic domains. And so that allows students to really dive down deep into questions that they themselves are interested in and those that also professors are discovering and researching, and they invite students to be a part of it. And so also students will receive a $3,500 stipend as well upon accepting the research opportunity in the summer. And so that allows it to also be financially feasible for students to have those research opportunities right on campus during the summer. And so when it also comes to varsity athletics, Kenyon has both anywhere from high competitive swimming to then club tennis. And so that allows students to really continue to engage in those things, whether it be they've picked up a racket since they were 4 years old or whether they're just deciding to start a new sport. And so that allows students to also have that flexibility and a lot of opportunities to start something new and very welcoming as well. I know it can be daunting to start, but Kenyon definitely has made such a great culture for students to kind of begin to branch out and try something new. And so this is our Kenyon Athletic Center, our beautiful building that allows students just to have a great space on campus. And so overall, we're known to be the Writers College. When we look at just certain pieces of Kenyon, we really are able to see that students are well prepared for whatever lies ahead. And so again, it allows students to feel prepared both from an academic side and a personal side. So that's what I have for you. And so I'm going to throw it back to our facilitator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so now we'll head north out of Ohio into the great state of Michigan and to Holland for our representative from Hope College.
This is a weird connection because my brother actually went to Kenyon. So all good schools. My name is Danae Frost, and I am the admissions, or one of the admissions reps that works at Hope College, and I'm a 2016 Hope grad and then started in admissions. So Hope College is a small Christian private liberal arts school in Holland, Michigan. So we're on the west side of the state. We're a 10-minute drive to Lake Michigan. I was talking with one of my first-year students who literally up until last week went to the beach every single day. We have a water ski team, a sailing team, outdoor adventure club. Students love having access to Lake Michigan. And then our campus is located directly next to downtown Holland. And so it definitely has the college town environment, tons of restaurants and shops, movie theaters, the farmers market, all of that kind of stuff is right there for students, which is great because it gives a small school a little bit more of a bigger school environment to be able to say, go grab coffee, go to a movie with a professor, all of that kind of stuff, but directly a 30-second walk right from the heart of our campus. So being similar to Case and to Kenyon, we are a liberal arts college. And so really what that means is that you will get both the breadth of taking a lot of different classes. You will leave Hope incredibly well-rounded. You will take classes in the fine arts and in the arts and humanities and in the sciences and in religion, but you will have the depth of a degree program. And so similarly at Hope, your average class size is 17 students. Your faculty to student ratio is 11-1. So you will absolutely, similar to those two schools, have the mentorship side. On the left-hand side of the picture, I keep that picture on this slide to keep me humble, to remind myself what academics in college can feel like. Certainly not every class at Hope made me cry, but my statistics class did. I'm not a math person. And the beauty of a small school is that I completely bombed that stats test the first time I took it, after studying for hours, eating that donut, trying to console myself, and going up to the professor saying, hey, stats is not my friend. I'm a business major. I need this class to graduate for my degree and for my gen ed program. Every single week, I sat down with Dr. Peterson, and he would develop practice problems. We would go over quizzes and tests and exams. Ended the class with an A-, which was a good feat after failing the first exam. And so again, that is the beauty of a small school, is that we want you to feel connected to your professors. We have more than 90 different majors. We are only an undergraduate institution. So 98% of our students are accepted into their first or second choice of grad school. A lot of students come to Hope for the natural and applied sciences. We were ranked 23rd in the country for undergraduate research, but at the same time, we were the first liberal arts college to be accredited in all areas of the fine arts. So a lot of students come to Hope to be electrical engineering and dance, or music and biology, to really pursue multiple disciplines. It's more popular to be a double major than it is to only have one focus area at Hope. Again, tons of study abroad opportunities, over 300 wherever you want to go. Obviously with COVID, that might be a little bit different, but studying abroad is a big component of Hope. Internships, we have something called Discover Work, which is designed for first and second year students who might be more undecided to plug into some job shadowing experiences, 5- and 6-day experiences Hope will pay for in any city across the country for students to be able to have access and meet Hope alumni in areas that they might also be interested in. Again, I think the biggest reason students come to Hope is, in any of these schools, really is the campus community. 99% of our students are on campus every single weekend. Having campus, again, next to downtown and close to the beach really facilitates a really strong environment. The oldest college tradition, weirdly enough, is at Hope College. It's called the Pull. It's a 3-hour tug of war between the freshmen and sophomores. But we have everything from Greek life, intramurals, dance marathon, which is a really big volunteer event for children's hospitals. You name it, we've got the social event. And so at Hope, with 3,200 students, academically, it will feel like a small school. We want you to have those connections to professors, but we want it to feel like a big school. You're not going to sacrifice a college game day or that kind of environment by coming to a small school at Hope. That's what I loved about it, is that even when I graduated, the person sitting on my left and the person sitting on my right, I had literally never seen before. So it is big enough to really facilitate your own community and your own friends, but still walk into a class and see 4 or 5 of your friends. And so certainly the campus community at Hope is a big part of what we have. One of the differences of Hope, though, is that we are a firmly Christian college. And so what we offer for students is chapel Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 20 minutes. It's non-denominational, it's very modern. It is designed to connect to college students. On the left-hand side, this picture is what a typical chapel looks like. Obviously, right now it does not with COVID, so all of our chapel programs are virtual. And again, nothing is required. And so that is really where we meet students where they're at. We want the Christian environment of Hope to mimic the real world, where you will meet students that come from really vibrant faith communities, or students that might have never gone to church, or other students of other religions. And so certainly the Christian component is a strong aspect of our community, but everybody can find their own niche in academics, in the social life of Hope and Holland, and in the Christian component. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and throw it back to Julie.
Thank you so much. Well, we will cross across the state from one body of water to the other, and we will learn about Lawrence Technological University.
I'm so sorry. My name is Aubrey Kassan. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Lawrence Tech, and I am just going to get started here. Okay. Sorry, I experienced some technical difficulties with my internet earlier. Okay, my name is Aubrey Kassan. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Lawrence Tech. If you're not familiar with where we are actually located in Southfield, Michigan, and that's about 30 minutes northwest of downtown Detroit. If you're familiar with Ann Arbor, where University of Michigan is located, we're also about 30 minutes from there. Southfield's a really great area for jobs, co-ops and internships and things like that. So we have a really strong connection with the community. We are a small school. We have about 3,000 students and about 2,000 are undergraduate students. So really what that means for you is really small class sizes, one-on-one attention, and personal attention within each class and within each major. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our class size is somewhere between 15 and 20 students. So we generally say around 17 students. And this includes our first year classes as well. All of our classes are all taught by faculty. We don't use teaching assistants or anything like that. To give you a little bit of a background, we were actually founded as an engineering school in 1932. We haven't always been located in Southfield. We were actually originally located in Highland Park, Michigan, and we had a really good relationship with the Ford family. We originally started the university just adjacent to the Model T plant. And back then we were only an engineering school. It was a place where working adults could get an education in the evening. So although many things have changed, we now offer over 100 different degree programs. One thing that's always stayed the same is this model of theory and practice. And really what that means for you is at every point in your educational career, you will have some sort of hands-on activity or real world experience to go along with your education. And we do this through co-ops and internships. About 92% of our students will do those while they're with us. We have a ton of opportunities for applied research at the undergraduate level. Our president actually gives awards for undergraduate research, but then we have a lot that are also just industry sponsored as well. We have a lot of state-of-the-art facilities. On this slide, you will see some examples of those. One is our Center for Innovative Materials Research, which is down in the bottom. It's my right corner. That's a place where we do composite materials testing. It has a full-scale fire chamber that actually fits a Humvee, and mostly it's our civil engineering students doing testing in there. If you look up to the right, you'll see our brand new nursing skills lab. We do have a direct entry Bachelor of Science in Nursing program, and we have a practice partnership with Ascension Health. So we have really great facilities where students can participate in research all along through their academic career. And then a lot of students will also choose to do or participate in our competition teams. You'll see our Blue Devil Motorsports teams here, but we also have things like our cybersecurity team. We have our concrete canoe and concrete toboggan teams, and you can get involved with these as early as your freshman year. All of our students also get a laptop computer included in tuition, and it's fully customized for your degree program. We provide all the industry standard software that you'll need for your classes. If you take a look at this page, this really shows all of our students outside of the class. So although our students are very academically focused at a technological university, we also have a lot of fun too. We have 4 different residence halls on campus. Our freshmen live in East Hall, which is our newest residence hall. It opened in fall 2018, and it's really focused on community. In addition to the different spaces for living, we also have community spaces, community kitchen, a gaming lounge, a music practice lounge areas, and movie areas too. All freshmen can have a car on campus, even their freshman year. If you don't, that's okay. We do have tech transit available, which is a van system that takes our students around campus. There's a lot to do on campus. We have over 60 different student organizations for students to choose from. Some are social, some are professional, and then we do have a really active Greek life as well. We do have athletics at Lawrence Tech. We're a member of the NAIA, which stands for National Association for Intercollegiate Athletics. Sorry, it's a mouthful. If you are interested in being a recruited student, you can go to ltuathletics.com and fill out a recruitment questionnaire. We do give athletic scholarships for every sport you see here, except for hockey because of ACHA regulations. But our varsity students on these teams, they do, they're students first. So they actually have some of the highest GPAs that we see on campus, which is really exciting for us. You will take a look at this screen. This just kind of talks about your investment. So we are a private university, and you can see our tuition and fees here. So it is an investment to attend a private school, but we do see a really high return on investment. About 92% of our students are employed at the point of graduation or admitted for graduate school. And another thing that's really important is we have high graduate starting salaries. According to PayScale, we're in the top 11% nationally for that. And this is because of all the value added that we see. Our career services department does a really good job of connecting with students early on. We're in a great location for internships, co-ops, and jobs after graduation. And then we're also very flexible in terms of how you can participate in those. You're not required to do it in a certain semester or a certain time. We offer classes at all different times of day to really help you participate in those activities. And then we just have a good reputation, both in Southfield and the surrounding area as well. We have really great scholarship opportunities for our students. Every student is reviewed for academic scholarships at the point of admission. And so within about 2 weeks, you would also know your scholarship level. And then beyond that, we do have secondary scholarships too. So if you're looking for, maybe if you're involved in robotics, we have robotic scholarships, portfolio scholarships, and things like that. We do have, in terms of our application requirements, this year we are test optional. So if you don't have an ACT or SAT, that's okay. And we will review you for both admission and for scholarships without one. You can see a list of our academic programs here, and everything is direct entry. Thank you. I'll pass it over to Julie.
Thank you so much. Well, we've been on the western edge of Michigan and the eastern edge of Michigan. So let's go right to the middle to Michigan State University.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Larry Alterman, and I am the manager of East Coast recruitment for Michigan State. And we'll help you learn a little bit more about what your life could be if you're a Spartan. So we're located in East Lansing, Michigan. We are in the center of the lower part of the state of Michigan. If you are anywhere around the country, you can fly to Detroit, and then from Detroit, about an hour and 15-minute drive to campus. East Lansing is a classic college town. So when you look in the image in the upper right where you see the umbrellas, that's East Lansing. Directly across the street is campus. East Lansing has multiple shops, restaurants, coffee shops, places to hang out, all very much designed for student customers, student budgets as well. We do have students from all 50 states, students from 130 countries around the world on our campus, so anyone can feel comfortable at MSU. We have a lot of trees, a lot of grass and open space. Our campus is very flat. It's great for walking and biking. There's always a place to sit underneath a tree and read a book, listen to music, or just relax. We do have all 4 seasons and a very wide variety of architecture. We are a large school, 49,000 total students, but we are really dominated and geared for undergraduate students. We have over 39,000 undergraduate students at MSU, 200 different majors for you to choose from in 17 degree granting colleges. We also have 3 great residential colleges, which give you the chance to have a small college feel within the larger university. Our Honors College at Michigan State is invitation only. Our Honors College is looking for very high achieving students and those students enjoy a lot in the way of academic flexibility at MSU. We're always adding new buildings. This is our new STEM teaching, learning, and interdisciplinary research facility. This building will open in time for September of 21. This is the Minskoff Pavilion. This is an addition to our Broad College of Business. Keep in mind, this building is only an addition. There are many ways you can customize your experience at Michigan State. Our entrepreneurship minor can be added to any major. Undergraduate research is a major part of our academic culture. Every year we have thousands of students involved in research across all academic areas. If you want to study abroad, you can go to every continent on the globe, including Antarctica, 60 different countries, over 275 different programs. If you're looking to go to a place with a lot of spirit, I'm confident Michigan State will check that box. This is Spartan Stadium. You are looking from directly behind the student section, and you can walk to this stadium from any residence hall on our campus. If you're interested in men's and women's basketball, the Breslin Center is the place for you. Our men's basketball team students has made the NCAA tournament every year of your lives. There are so many other things, though, to be involved in. Over 900 clubs and student organizations, 150 live music performances, an active intramural and club sports scene, as well as active but not dominant Greek life. You do have to live on campus freshman year. We guarantee space on campus freshman year and all 4 years. We have 9 dining halls on campus, which you can visit an unlimited amount of times. We have 20 Sparty convenience stores, making it easy when you want to pick up an item or two. We even have our own food truck. Let's talk about admissions. If you look along the bottom left, you can see our freshman profile for GPA, ACT, and SAT. We take the common application, the coalition application, and the MSU application. This year, for the first time, Michigan State is test optional. We have early action with a November 1 deadline, and we have rolling admissions. We have already started reading applications. We've already started notifying students that they have an admissions decision. Much support available. 5 engagement centers around campus, which offer free tutoring in most subjects first and second year students are taking. Writing centers to help you with papers, health and wellness support, advising support. Our freshman retention rate is 92%. Each of our colleges has their own career center, and we start the career process potentially in your first month on campus, and our placement rate is 95% within 6 months of graduation. When you graduate, you join an alumni network of almost 500,000. Our cost, tuition, and fees, this is for out of the state of Michigan, and we have merit-based scholarships that you are automatically considered for if you're admitted to MSU. We hope you'll consider joining us on the banks of the Red Cedar. The Red Cedar River cuts right through the heart of the Michigan State campus. And if you want to reach out to me, you can see below my email address and my cell phone number. Yes, a university of 49,000 giving out cell phone numbers. So if you have questions, you can call me, text me, or email me anytime. Thank you so much and good luck in this process.
Well, thank you all. Certainly, participants, if you have questions, this would be a great time to pop those into the Q&A. There was one question I would love to hear from all of you. So if my panelists want to turn their microphones and cameras back on. The question posed was, how has campus life changed because of COVID? So since we've got a little extra time, feel free, and let's go in that same order that you presented in. So Rod, if you could talk a little bit about how things maybe are different on Case Western Reserve's campus because of COVID.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Julie. I think everything has changed about campus life at Case Western Reserve University. For starters, our students are currently doing a hybrid model, and we only have about 35% of our students on campus. So the students that were eligible to return were our first-year students, our graduating seniors, our international students, as well as our nursing students, because they have to do clinicals in person. All of our classes are offered online, and about 60% of them are offered in person. So students that, for some reason, do not feel comfortable being on campus in person, they can absolutely do classes from home, even if they're eligible to return on campus. We've had to reimagine housing. Everyone, no one has a roommate on campus, even though that's typically something our first year students would be doing. And we've also had to reimagine student activities. Most of those have been canceled, certainly being in the UAA division for our athletes. All of their sports have been canceled. All of the activities that would typically require, that would be held in person, have a lot of rules around them, surrounding how many people can gather at any point in time and whatnot. So students have gotten really creative around what student life looks like. There are lots of virtual concerts. I actually just got an email earlier today about a silver concert series that will be starting, it's been going on throughout the semester, but will be occurring next summer. A lot of student organizations have taken on to Zoom for shows that they put on for the entire community and whatnot. So there's just been so many different ways. I mean, the whole thing has had to be reimagined. And we also hold random testing of 300 students per week on campus, because we've determined that's a significant enough population that if we have a sense of what that random population looks like in terms of having the virus, then we have a good sense of what that means for our entire campus population. So that's a little bit about what life has been like at the university.
Rod, that was excellent. Anybody doing anything different or similar that you want to comment on? Anthony at Kenyon, anything?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we have 60% of our students back on campus. So we're super excited to see our first years and our sophomores under their masks and walking around campus and everything. We have pockets of juniors and seniors who have come back, who need laboratory space, art space, who are also community advisors like RAs at other institutions. And so we have, a good deal back. And so you'll see definitely, your friends walking around, but overall it is kind of a little bit different when it comes to, even being in rural Ohio, where we do have a lot of space, that we do utilize virtual platforms just to ensure the safety of our students and our community. But overall, yeah, we have students being tested on a weekly basis, and then also faculty and staff members as well. I just picked up my test from the mailbox just before this, and so I'll be sending that in tomorrow. And so definitely it's kind of just a continual monitoring of it. But I think overall, I think Case would probably be very, very similar to us when it comes to reimagining what college experience is like. Yeah.
Danae, how are things at Hope?
Yeah, so at Hope, we have actually really close to 100% of our students back on campus. So first year students have roommates. Every student had the option to be fully remote. So if they wanted to stay at home, they absolutely could. And even for our students on campus, about 60 to 70% of our classes are in person. The rest are hybrid or online. Socially, take intramurals, for example. Instead of flag football and soccer, we did spike ball and cornhole and kickball. So we obviously certainly are reimagining what student life looks like. But we are in week 11, and the highest positivity rate we've had is about 1.6%. So we do surveillance testing, all that kind of stuff. The state of Michigan is close to 5%. So obviously I'm a little pessimistic of bringing all of our college students back. I was certainly somebody that noticed Michigan State thinking, oh, we should go online, but we're week 11 and the highest positivity rate we have is 1.5. So far, pretty good.
Aubrey?
Thanks. We are also back on ground for our undergraduate population. So all graduate students are taking online courses this semester. Like somebody else said, reimagined. I think that's the perfect word for what everybody's going through right now. So luckily, as a small school, we did have larger spaces that were not previously used for classes, like lecture halls. We never used lecture halls before, but we were able to now kind of revamp those and use those for classroom spaces. We also have a really low rate, I guess. Overall, I think we're at like a 0.28%. We do keep an active count. We did require a negative COVID test for students to move onto campus. And I guess we're lucky that we have space to house any students that need to be quarantined. We do have a whole separate pod to put those students. We do have student activities still, but they have been mostly outdoors, I will say. So we'll see how that continues into the Michigan winter. And then our calendar has changed a little bit. So I think like many of other colleges and universities that you'll see after Thanksgiving, we will not be having our students back on campus, but those last 3 weeks will be online. So thanks.
And how about at Michigan State?
Majority of our classes are online. We do have some students who are living on campus. We have some students living in East Lansing, and that's pretty much our up.
Excellent. Well, I see no other questions in the Q&A. So at this point, I do want to thank all of our panelists for sharing their information. I have one more thing that I want to share with our participants, and that is this. When you click out of this session, there will be a quick survey, just 4 questions. If you could take a moment and answer those, we would be very appreciative so that we can continue to provide great programming for future students. Certainly do sign up for some more sessions. Like I said, there's another block in the next hour and the following hour. Lots of great schools to learn about. And if you missed any or want to review anything that was shared in this session, recordings will be available. So again, on behalf of Collegewise and all of our panelists, we thank you for joining us. Have a good evening and be well.